Hey everybody, how are you? Welcome to my webinar called How to Start Your New Business and Make $5,000 right away. Now I'm ready to show you how, and I want to talk to you about how I did it in my business. I want to give you some great tips about what to look for when you are thinking about money, what to look for when you're starting a new business, what money means to you, and really how to implement certain steps so that you get started with your business or a company that you've chosen to work with, and you can get going right away and start making money, because we all know that we have business expenses when we start a business, and my goal is to get you guys making some money right away. So in this specific webinar, what I really want to talk to you about are your inner dialogues that you might be having with money, and how I can help you understand a little bit more about wealth and money, and how your mindset really plays a role in how successful you are in bringing that paycheck in. I also want to expand your mindset and help you create a new mindset with a much easier way to make money. So let's talk for a second about what money really is and what money actually means to you. I think that a lot of people have this feeling like money is this bad word, and sometimes our stomach is tied in knots, or we don't feel like we deserve it. And even upon the mention of money, people get kind of sick to their stomachs or nervous or stressed out. It does weird things to us. So if this is the way that you feel, if this is resonating with you, you've got some work to do around your mindset, because what I want to teach you today is that you deserve to make money. We all deserve to live a life of abundance. And when our brain focuses on something specifically, like we don't deserve it or we do deserve it, that is going to be the actual evidence of what happens. So let's talk about that inner dialogue that you may be having about money. Are you somebody who always is saving your money for a rainy day? Do you never want to spend your money? Do you feel like people who have money are people who are sort of rich snobs or bitches? Do you feel like you personally have to work endless hours in order to make a sustainable, awesome, abundant income? Do you feel like there's not enough money for everybody, that it just doesn't grow on trees, and that you're never going to be a person who has it? Do you believe that you're not entitled to live a life of abundance? I'm actually surprised, shocked to hear often from people who feel like they don't deserve to be making money. So I want you guys to think about what your inner dialogue is right now, and just notice if you're a person who's feeling like there's never enough, that you're using the excuse over and over again that you can't afford it, that you believe if you're wealthy or if other people are wealthy, they're evil, and that you believe that money itself is the root of all evil, and money can't make you happy. Now, I believe that money has in the past been wrought with negative connotations, and it absolutely doesn't have to be. I believe that money really is like the person who has it is really the person that you're looking at, and if they have good ethics, then you shouldn't feel guilty about wanting to understand more about it, right? I have been making some really good money over the last couple of years. I've always been a person ever since I set out in my professional career that I was making a six-figure income, but it blew up over the last 3 years. In fact, I'm at the point where I'm making about 6 figures a month. And I don't feel guilty about it. I feel blessed. I feel like I'm living a life of abundance. I feel like I have more money to spend on my kids, their education. I have more money to donate. I have more money to give back to the community. I have more money to help people who don't have enough money. And I have more money that we can invest into other things for our futures. And we can live the life that we've always wanted to, not thinking about having to save a penny or not being able to buy organic fruit or vegetables or whatever it is to you. Okay, so you really shouldn't feel guilty about wanting to understand more about money. I want you guys to come away from this feeling like you deserve to make money. You are going to be able to get out there and make your first $5,000 in your business. And if you think you can't, you're absolutely right. Your brain is super powerful, and whatever you think or believe is how the world is going to occur for you. So I want you to think about this for a second. You wake up and it's snowing really heavily. And Bob might get upset and stressed out about shoveling the driveway and getting to work. Joe might wake up and get excited about shoveling the driveway and get to go snowboarding, right? They're both experiencing the same thing, but it's their belief and their mindset that make all the difference. And this is just kind of ironic because about 2 days ago, I had like one of the worst days in my life ever. And it was like every hour, I just kept getting hit with bad news. Bam, bam, bam. Every email that came in, every text message that came in was negative. And I could have chosen to really just shut down and give up in many aspects of my life, but I chose not to. I chose to let it brush over my shoulder. I chose to think positive. I chose to get a good night's sleep and wake up and actually act as if the bad news didn't happen and keep moving on, right? So I want you guys to really believe in your ability to live a life of abundance. And I want you to change your mindset to one that you deserve and think about why you think that you don't deserve. What is that record that keeps playing in your head? Why don't you feel like deserve? Because that old song needs to be shut down. So what is mindset? It's the sum of all your experiences and thoughts in a particular area that leads you to the beliefs that you have. Mindset is the tool or the tools that you use to shift your beliefs so that you can accomplish your goals with ease. And really, creating abundance and building a kick-ass business is all about accomplishing your goals with ease. If life is difficult, you're going to be feeling difficult, right? Now, with that said, I believe that if we try to live this super easy life, life is going to be difficult. We want to have those challenges so that life actually can be easy, if that makes sense to you, right? We want to get out there and do the work so that we live a life with simplicity and ease. And if you're getting out there and you are not writing down your goals, if you are not believing in yourself, if you're not accomplishing the tasks that have to be done on a daily basis to go ahead and proceed further in your business, and you're just sitting there waiting for a shift to happen, guess what? It's not going to. You have to shift your mindset and you have to take action. You've got to get rid of that negative song that keeps playing and tell yourself over and over and over again that you're good enough, you're smart enough, you deserve it. And I don't mean to sit here and be cheesy, but it's true. Your mind is very, very, very tricky, and it can play these awful tricks on you if you tell yourself that you can't do it. So how do you create a mindset that's going to get you across the finish line? It's a question a lot of people ask. Well, you know, you're sitting there saying, all right, Haley, you're telling me I have to do it, I have to do it. But really, like, I'm so stuck. I feel like there's so much fear behind it. How can I do that? What are the action steps? Well, first, you actually need to believe that you can do it. You have to get really clear about what you want, what you really want. You have to get really clear. Like, if I ask you today, where do you see your life in a year, or where do you want to see your life in a year? Paint me the most awesome picture of what it looks like. And you say to me, well, I'm making a 6-figure income or a 7-figure income. And I'm, you know, I have my second vacation home that I've always wanted to have at the beach. And my kids get to go to this specific school that I wanted to send them to. And my husband and I, or wife and I, get to travel around the world and see all the places that we've seen. And we get to, you know, help our parents out because they're sick and build an addition to our home or another home for them, or whatever it is. I want you to paint that picture of what you want in your life, get really clear, and believe that you can make that happen. And then you have to go back and look at, why do you want that to happen? It's your why that's going to fuel your goals and actions. It's your why that should actually make you cry. Now, when I go back and I look at my why, of why I work so hard, why I've built such a killer business, I have several whys. One is that I really felt like my relationship with my husband was a disaster several years ago. And I needed to have a viable business for 2 reasons: either to make him less stressed so our relationship would work, or a worst case scenario so that I would have a sustainable income if we really couldn't make it happen. That was a very powerful why to me. I had to make my why work. Now, luckily, we're still together and everything is good. But the point is that if I didn't have the stress out of our life, or I didn't have another situation that I can fall back on, I was going to live in a constant state of depression. And I couldn't live like that one more day. Now, otherwise, I have to do with my kids and, making sure that they're leaders in their communities and they have all of the tools and skills that they need to step up and be the most amazing versions of themselves. And I knew that providing them with travel and with abundance and with love and with no stress in their life, that they were going to be able to be even more amazing people. So what I want you guys to do is create your why. Create your goals. Expose yourself to positive images. Do these little boards if you want to on your refrigerator or in your office. Upgrade your relationships. If you've got negative people around you, it's time to say bye-bye. And get an accountability partner or a coach. That really helps. I'm always working with accountability partners or coaches that keep me on track. So what is it that you want? Why are you here? Why do you want to make more money? Is it that you want a flexible schedule, financial security, reduced stress? Do you want to live life with a purpose? Do you want opportunities like I want and experiences for your kids? Do you want to travel more? Do you want to retire a spouse? What is your purpose? What is your passion? What is it that you want to do with your family? Hopefully these questions are digging in a little bit and making you realize that you have to make your why happen. Building your first 5K in your business cannot happen without this kind of passion, without these kind of action steps. Are you interested in health, well-being, being a mom, being a dad, running your own business? And what would you do with your time if your finances were not a concern? Meaning, what would you do with your life if you literally didn't have to work? Because I feel like I'm almost at a point where my business is going to be on autopilot soon, and then I can enjoy what I really love doing for fun. Not that my job isn't fun right now, but what I've noticed from my business is that I absolutely love to coach people. And to be honest, I would probably do it for free. And if finances weren't a concern, and I could help people make positive changes in their life, because I love the connectedness of human beings and I love sharing that abundance and love, then that's what I would go out and do. And I would work with people all day long. And even if I wasn't making a lot of money doing that, because I personally don't think that working by the hour is the way to create abundance. But if I had abundance, then I could go back and do that. So what would you do with your time if finances weren't a concern? Think about what you would want to do in your life and have that picture on your vision board. Because when you're not concerned about your finances, you can freely live your purpose. Now, I want to talk to you guys about dreams versus goals for a second. Dreams are what you want. We can all have them on our vision board. Goals are the action steps to achieve your dreams. The purpose of goals are to keep yourself on track. They're like our guardrails. You have to give yourself direction, both in your athletic, your personal, and your professional life, right? If you're training for a marathon, you have specific weekly and quarterly goals so that you can actually finish the marathon. If you have a business that you're running, you have specific daily, weekly action steps, monthly, maybe quarterly, annual action steps so that you can have the business of your dreams. You have to give yourself a chance to reach your potential. If you're not giving yourself a chance to reach potential, you won't have the success that you want. And then you'll be sitting there wondering why you're not achieving your dreams. You must maximize your energy and your activity. And if you don't, it's like you're a ship without a rudder going nowhere. And you must measure your results. You must have concrete and tangible evidence that shows you if your action steps are being put in place. For instance, with the marathon, maybe you're going to write down what your workouts were. You're going to write out the times that it took you to run your quarter-mile repeats or 1-mile repeats. You're going to write the distance of your long run that you do once a week. Maybe in your business, you're going to write down who you contacted to join your business or what potential customer list you have, who responded, who has to follow up, what your numbers are at the end of the day, where you want to do more training, who on your support team you need to train or work with more. You have to measure your results. If you're not doing that, you're not going to be on the path to making your first 5,000. Now let's talk about long-term and short-term goals for a second. In order to help you achieve your short-term goals, consider the following. Share your goals with other people. Peer pressure can actually be fun. Make your short-term goals compatible with your long-term goals and objective. For instance, if your long-term goals are to run a marathon, your short-term goals should be to run every day or almost every day, right? If your long-term goals are to be making a 6-figure income in your business, your short-term goals are going to be the action steps that are going to help you build your best business on a daily basis. You see where I'm going? If you're successful with your short-term goals, your long-term goals are going to fall into place. If your long-term goal is to take a vacation a year from now that normally you wouldn't be able to afford, your short-term goal has to be to bring in a specific income so that you can pay your monthly bills plus extra and afford that vacation. So if you change your mindset and say, instead of saying, I can't go on vacation next year, I can't afford to go to Hawaii. If you say, I am going to Hawaii next year, and then you put your short-term goals, your daily action steps, your accountability in place, that vacation will happen. Now, I want to give you some interesting statistics. You have to write down your goals. And here are some studies. This is why. 83% of people in general have no goals. Crazy pants. 14% of those people have unwritten goals. 3% of the people have written goals. That's it. 3%. That's why very few people are living in that top cream of the crop lifestyle. They are probably the people with the written goals, right? The 14% who had specific yet unwritten goals earned 300% more than those who had no specific goals. And here's the catcher. Those who wrote down their goals at 3% earned 1,000% more than those who had no specific goals. So if you're not writing your goals down right this second, I don't even know what to say after those specifics. And that was done by a Harvard study, okay? And there are many more studies out there. So remember, your goals have to be measurable. Your goals have to be in the positive because we're changing a mindset. Your goals have to be a challenge to you. They can't be too easy, yet they have to be achievable. And remember that most people fail in life not because they aim too high and miss, but because they aim too low or they don't aim at all. So I want you guys to make your goals very real for yourself. And one way to do that, like I said before, is to create a vision board. Your goals have to be in the first person, in the present tense, like I want to be free and clear. I enjoy being free and clear. You see the difference? Instead of saying, I hope to take a trip next year to Hawaii, I am taking a trip to Hawaii. Instead of saying, I want to get a new car, you say, I am excited about the new car I'm getting. You see the difference? And you have to use your 5 senses. Go to the car dealership, get in the car, smell it, not somebody else's car, the new car that you're going to buy. Have a picture of the beach or the car up on your vision board. Make it real. Now you can put your goals anywhere where you can visually see them, on the bedpost, on the bookmark, in a bookmark, on your mirror in the bathroom, on your car, on your desk, on your computer. That's where I keep mine, on my desk, on my computer, so I can see them all the time, on my phone. Now remember that professional athletes are the masters at mindset. So let's actually copy or emulate or duplicate some of their mindset. Now you could say that professional athletes do about 4 things. They train to build for strength, endurance, muscle memory, and mindset. And that's really what we are doing when we think about business also. We're training to be stronger. We're training to have the endurance to move forward. We're training to have our action steps become repeatable over and over again without even having to remember what to do. We wake up and we have our daily habits, and we're training our mindset. And I know a lot about this because my husband, you'll see all the pictures of him on this slide right now, are actually my husband, who was a world-class triathlete and actually ranked one of the top 3 guys in the entire world for a pretty long time. So I know what it takes for somebody to have this kind of mindset. And he's taught me a lot myself in my own business. Not necessarily in athletics. I don't have that kind of mindset anymore, but definitely in my business. Okay. So remember that your RAS, your reticular activating system, is a vital part in your brain, in your ability to achieve your goals. You have to filter between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. That's what it does. And if you are telling yourself something consciously, it's going to seep into your unconscious mind and it's going to become real. This is not bullshit, okay? If you have been nailed down or beat up over and over and over again because somebody's told you that you can't do it, or you're too fat, or you're too ugly, or your hair is too frizzy, or whatever it is, it's going to take multiple verbal affirmations to bring you back to a place where you feel like it's possible. And so sometimes people say that for every negative verbal word that you've been given in the past, it's going to take 10 to 20 positive affirmations to make your brain actually believe that it is possible. And that's why people preach so often about verbal affirmations. And I know it sounds super corny and hokey and stupid to walk around the house saying, I am good enough. I am going to make 6 figures. But it's the truth. If you can say it in a way that feels and resonates with you as authentic, you have a much better chance of doing it. If I say in my business, which is my essential oil business, I am going to bring in, or I am excited to bring in 6 new leaders into my business this month. I am excited to bring in 3 people who are buying the most killer, awesome kit in this business. And I say it multiple times and I've written in front of me, I'm going to attract that kind of energy. Okay, so let's go back to mindset, money, you guys, because I know you're thinking, okay, I came here because I want to make my first $5,000. Tell me how to do it. Don't just play games with me in my mindset. Remember that there's nothing wrong with money. It's not bad. It's not good. The only thing that money does is let you have things and experiences. That's it. And who doesn't want to have more things and experiences? And after you get your mindset about money sorted out, the next thing you want to do is look at wealth building. Now, I want to propose a situation to you about residual income because I want you guys to start thinking in these terms. Residual income is very different than is like passive income coming in. It's very different than a paycheck. It's income that you receive on an ongoing basis for work that you might have done once or a very long time ago. And I just got off a webinar with Tony Robbins, who I love and who you might love too, who was talking about all of the benefits of residual income. And in fact, he was really referring to network marketing, which is a business that I have too. So I want you guys to think, I'm going to give you many different scenarios of how you can bring residual income into your life, but I want you to think about this possibility because no one gets rich working by the hour, okay? But people do become very wealthy by having passive income coming in, otherwise known as affiliate royalty fees, book royalties, movie royalties. You know, I did a commercial ages and ages and ages ago, and I was bringing in money month after month or year after year even for the commercial that I did once. You know, people have affiliate links that they use and partner with other people. And of course, the most powerful is network marketing. So I'm going to give you some facts about that too. Network marketing increases by millions a year. It's really the wave of the future. And when you listen to people like Eric Worre or Tony Robbins, you'll realize this is a very viable residual income stream. By 2015, which is now, they were estimating that by now 50% of households are involved in some kind of network marketing business. And that doesn't mean that they're necessarily building a business. It means that they're using a product that is involved in a network marketing company, because we do know now that those products tend to be a higher level of product that are often sold on the stores, and I can be less expensive because they're taking out the middlemen in those companies and the sales process. In 2013, the estimated retail sales of the US dollar was $32.67 billion for the direct selling channel. It was up 3.3% in the US from $31.63 billion in 2012. And since then, those numbers have annually been rising. And the US market increase of 3.3% in 2013 has continued an upward trend that began after 2009 and brought the industry to a record high. So direct sales have been growing from, in 2010, 0.8% to 4.6% to 5.9%, and they're continuing to skyrocket. Now, a lot of people have negative connotations of network marketing, or another word for that is MLM. They believe that they don't work. And what I want to tell you today is they do. They actually do work. The reason that they don't work for some people is because they're not doing the action steps that are required, as I talked about earlier, that are required for any business. So I always say to somebody who comes to me and says, well, it didn't work for me before, I always say, okay, well, how many calls a week were you doing with the person who brought you in or your mentor? How many corporate events were you going to? How many action steps were you putting into your day that your upline, which is the person that brought you in, or your team of people above you told you to do? And I usually get the response, nothing. They were doing nothing, and they were just hoping by signing up with a network marketing company that this was actually going to work, meaning that they'd get rich quick. Well, guess what? It's not like that. Network marketing is actually, in my opinion, one of the hardest businesses in the beginning that there is. But there is no other business that pays this much. Honest to God, no way. There's no way I could make the money that I'm making now in any other business. And here's what I do. I make new friends every day. I authentically share my products in a way that's not cheesy and scummy. I'm giving people a solution to problems they have. That's the way that I share. I follow up with people every day, but in a way that's not cheesy and scummy and pressuring them to buy things. I educate on holistic wellness in my product, which happens to be essential oils. And I share on the internet, on social media, on articles that I write, on blogs, on other people's websites. And I have been able to build an amazing business just being authentic, educating, and making friends. So what I encourage you guys to do is, if you're not already involved in direct sales, is to partner with the best direct sales company that you think is out there. Create a team of like-minded people who want to live passionately with a purpose just like yours. And if you're looking for a company, make sure that you're looking for that kind of team. And utilize every tool, this is the kicker, that you can find. You have a back office, you have upline leaders, you have weekly trainings. You probably have weekly phone calls that somebody like me who's been successful in the business is offering you. Take them up on it. If you know somebody who's created a kick-ass business, work with them. Attend their events, whether they're on the phone, whether they're live. You must utilize these tools in order to build your first 5,000 in the business. Most people can't get going without the tools that are passed down from them to them from the company and the people that are above them working successfully. It's not a business that you can really kind of figure out by yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you have to get all super heady and you can't start sharing until you've got it all down pat. Totally not. I started sharing before I even got my product, to be honest. But if you've got people that are out there that want to support you, take advantage of them. Now, to sum it all up, what I want to, and I'm going to get into the money part of it again about specifically how to make 5,000, but to sum up what I've been saying so far, remember that you want to have a unique and consumable product. That's why I love mine. There's no way that people are going to stop using essential oils. They're the trend of the future. People are moving away from toxic substances, products, medications, etc., and they're gearing towards or moving towards much more holistic alternatives. That's where our society is going these days. Nobody wants to be more sick, right? So we're looking for alternatives in every kind of situation. They're also highly consumable. For instance, I wash my hands every day. I brush my teeth. I wash my hair. I clean my face. I take supplements. And my company supplies those products with essential oils in them, so that I know that people will be able to purchase these products on a monthly basis. And like I said, it's part of a growing trend. We're up on the rise. People want to get healthier, not worse. And I know that network marketing is the fastest growing business model out there. Remember, your mindset doesn't have to change overnight, but it does have to change in order for you to make progress. You can't do what you always did and expect a different result. I was just on the phone with one of the girls in my team yesterday, and she's been struggling for the last year and a half trying to do it her way. And I finally said to her, look, I know you wanted to do it your way. It's not working. Would you please just consider trying my tools for the next 3 to 6 months and see what happens? Work on your mindset every day, and you will start to see a dramatic change in how your business flows and expands. Now, I want to show you some statistics from my own company. Now, you may already be involved in another network marketing company, and that's fine. Make sure that you look at your statistics. You may not be involved in one, you may be looking for one, or you actually may be involved in mine, and you actually might need to see these numbers. So these are numbers of the average monthly residual income check that comes in to some of the ranks in my business. For instance, a person who is ranked Premier, which I actually hit Premier my first month in the business, but some people it takes 6 months to hit Premier or a year to hit Premier. Some people it takes 2 years to hit Silver. I mean, I hit Silver, I think, after 3 months, but some people are slower. But the point is as soon as you hit those ranks, Premier, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Blue Diamond, Presidential Diamond, this is the average monthly check that you're receiving each month. So the average Premier is making $800 a month. That's residual. The average Silver is making $2,000. The average Gold is making $4,500 a month. The average Platinum is making $8,000. I know a lot of people who hit Platinum or Platinum after a year or two. Imagine what that would be like for you to be making an extra $8,000 a month. The average path to Diamond for somebody who's doing this kind of business full time is just 2 years. Imagine what your life would be like if you were making $18,600 a month residual income. The average Blue Diamond is $36,500 and the average Presidential Diamond is $71,000. So those are pretty amazing numbers. Imagine what your life would be like even if you were on the lower end of that scale to start. Now, there's multiple ways to earn in my company and every network marketing company. For instance, we get paid for selling product retail, for bringing in new people into our business that want to open up a wholesale account. That's our fast start bonuses. For structuring our organization correctly, that's our power of 3 bonus. And for all of the people that end up in our organization from whoever brought them in, that's our unilevel organizational bonus. And then on top of that, there's bonus pools. So your path to $5,000, let me just bring this back to the slide for a second. If you hit the rank of Gold in my company, you're almost making $5,000 a month. Now, this webinar was about how you can make your first $5,000. And your first $5,000, you could probably make not even as a Premier if you were making several $100s a month and you were structuring that power of 3 bonus correctly. But on the safe side, let's just say that once you hit the rank of Silver, you've made $5,000. Well, some people it's going to take a year to get there, but then you're making that monthly, every single month. And some people who are quicker, more action driven like I was, I hit Silver in 3 months. Maybe it was 2 months, okay? So I saw $5,000 in my business my 2nd or 3rd month in the business, okay? And by bringing people in and those fast start bonuses, you're making 20, or I was making, people in my company are making 20% of every new account we open. You definitely don't even have to hit those higher ranks to make that first 5,000. So just to give you a very quick review, because I don't want to necessarily analyze my compensation plan, but if I were to bring somebody into the retail part of my business, like sell a product, I make 25%. So do the math. Every time I sell $100, I make $25. If I bring a new person into my business who opens a wholesale account, which is the most effective, least expensive, most economical way to get paid, I'm making 20% on that enrollment. And here's the kicker. The person who brought me in is making 10. And the person who brought her in is making 5. So you're constantly making money, so to speak, when you sleep. So for instance, like say somebody comes in and purchases $200 on their enrollment order, you just made $40. Your enroller just made 20 and hers just made 10. You see how the numbers start to add up? And then I love this power of 3 bonus. This is a team volume structural bonus. This means that as soon as you have 3 people who are committed to be purchasing or sharing the product or even building a business with you, and they're ordering every single month, your chance at making an extra $50 just for having those 3 people is awesome. And then when you help those 3 people, you make another $250. And when you help those next 9 people, you make an extra $1,500. So that's $1,500 a month in your power of 3 bonus that you can make just simply by helping 3 people find their 3 people and then find their 3 people. So you work with the people that you bring in to help them bring in people, to help them bring in people. And again, it doesn't have to be a recruitment type of thing. It's simply sharing authentically a product and an opportunity that works. And then the last 2 aspects of our compensation plan are our uni-level compensation. This is getting paid all the way down to our 7th level or more if somebody within that 7 levels is not ordering. And you can see from this slide that in a typical just 3x3 uni-level commissions structure, you can be making like $15,000 a month just in this one aspect of the compensation plan. Just this one aspect. That doesn't even include the fast start bonuses when you open wholesale accounts. That doesn't even include the $250 or $1,500 power of 3. Okay, and on top of that, you can make bonus pools. And that means for every rank, like I was showing you earlier, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, blue diamond, presidential diamond, you're making more shares of the company's gross income. And those shares can be pretty hefty once you hit some of the higher ranks. They can start as low as an extra $150 a share. They can go all the way up to you're making 5 of those shares as a gold, 10 of those shares as a platinum. When you get into the diamond pools and the blue diamond and the presidential diamond pools, you can be making thousands of dollars a month by stepping up, building your business, being authentic, and teaching other people to be leaders as well. So you guys, I'm here to help you build a business. And if you're in a network marketing business, I hope that you understand how powerful it is. If you're not in a network marketing business, you might want to think about a way to bring in residual income. I'm here to help you build. I want you to have the amazing success that you deserve, that I have had. I do not think it's difficult to make your first $5,000 in this specific type of business model. And if you're willing to put the time and effort in there, I know your upline or myself, I do lots of coaching, are there to support you every single step of the way. So thanks again for coming on this webinar. Again, my name is Haley Hobson. My Facebook is Haley Hobson Health Coach. Instagram is Haley Hobson. Pinterest, Haley Hobson 69. Twitter, Haley Hobson. I've got lots of great business tips on all of my platforms. So visit me there and have an awesome day, an awesome evening. And I hope to see more of you online and maybe in this type of business model. Good luck making your first $5,000. I know you can do it. Reach out to me and let me know that you're on board.